Hey everyone, it's just about time for our workshop on thesis statements, but you need some examples on strong and weak thesis statements. So here we go. I wanted to show you two general weak thesis statement writers and two general strong thesis statement writers and the examples therein. Now, you can read the examples, and of course, we can discuss those in the workshop. But the first kind of writer that's having problems producing a strong thesis statement is the person I call the teller. Now, the teller tends to inform from the general events, that is, the things that are happening around the subject or around the discipline. Now, this may not be common public knowledge, but it's certainly knowledge within the discipline and the readers that the writer is writing to. Okay. And this person will give us the contextual information, but they don't give us a strong anchor. They don't give us any scaffolding. Basically, they don't have any argument. And that's the fundamental problem with the teller. There is no argument to these ideas. All there is the context around the events happening in the field or the discipline. But again, that is not a thesis statement. All that is producing the general flourishing information. You're not seeking out new knowledge. You're not growing a beautiful tree of new knowledge production. All you're doing is repeating the general discourse around a topic, and specifically within a discipline. Now, here is a strong thesis statement. We may be using some context, right, in a field, but we're bringing together new ideas, new theories to give a unique argument. And that's really key. Unique arguments here is up front and center. This is something that we, the readers, want to keep reading about. Now, perhaps this kind of a writer, this is what I call the awakener, they're awakening us with a new thesis statement. Now, perhaps the awakener is wrong. It could be. It's possible. Perhaps the awakener is correct. Yeah, it could be. It doesn't really matter that much if they're right or wrong. Of course it matters. But for our purposes here to show a strong thesis statement, it doesn't matter that much. What I want to see as your editor or your instructor is I want to see a strong argument. I want to see a compelling argument. I want to see something that makes me want to turn the pages of the article or the paper. The other general kind of weak thesis statement writer is someone I call the repeater. Now, whereas in the teller, the first example, the teller was someone that gave us the contextual information, the current events happening in a field to his or her or their audience. In this case, the repeater is a little bit different. The repeater really loves regurgitating a field's canonized literature, right? They want to be able to tell us all that they know, in this case, about the three main schools of the field of economics, right? They want to make sure that we, the readers, know that they know all about this field. Now, again, context is not wrong. It's good to give context, and that's exactly what here the repeater does, and earlier the teller gave context. Context isn't wrong, but it isn't the main focal point of a thesis statement. Without an argument, you don't have a thesis statement. If you have an argument and you mix it with context, that's okay, that's great. But you have to have your unique argument. That's fundamental. If we remember, there was the awakener, and the awakener was sort of the opposite of the teller, right? The awakener awakened us to new ideas and maybe did use the context of current events. Well, the opposite of the repeater is the boxer. The boxer is a strong thesis writer, a strong thesis statement writer. the boxer will be able to intuit and use all of the past literature that the repeater is regurgitating and giving to us, but then the boxer is going to do more with it. The boxer is going to be pugilistic. The boxer is going to almost hit the readers with their new idea. They're going to strike out. Their new idea is almost like fire on the page. You almost want to drop the book or drop the article or drop the manuscript. And the boxer is combining different ideas, but giving a very unique perspective, right? That's key. And again, here we definitely see from the boxer new knowledge production.